Welcome to Frank Bruno Law. I am Frank Bruno. I'm an elder law, estate planning, and probate attorney in New York. Welcome to Celebrity Saturday. Apple stores are slowly opening up to allow customers access to the Genius Bars to get repairs. And that ties into this week's subject, Steve Jobs. He left his family Apple stock, Disney stock, billions. He left it in a family trust to avoid taxes. And his family would have been able to survive off of the dividends, which should have been $175 million a year. Steve Jobs died in 2011. He changed Silicon Valley. We still speak about him. He changed the market. He changed the world. And that's a tribute to him and his history. He planned for his family. He made use of trusts, and he safeguarded his assets for his wife and children. Much of what he did shielded his assets from public view. So we get to find out some of what he did from public filings. He was a genius. He was obsessed with details, outside the box thinking. But perhaps the vision he had for his estate plan faded into the ether. So the Jobs family was worth billions and still are worth billions, generational wealth. And he built a great legacy. The world kept moving. Zuckerberg and Gates outpaced, the assets of the Jobs family. Now, when he died, he left, as far as we could tell, everything to his wife and children in different trusts. And he also had a family trusts. And he left for them, the tremendous stocks of Apple and Disney. Tremendous companies, right? Now, he owned part of Disney because he had Pixar, and when he bought into Pixar and that got acquired, he wound up with about 7% of the stock, and Disney stock tripled. Streaming, massive acquisitions, Marvel, Lucasfilms, now streaming content. And Jobs was worth about $10 billion, and he structured his bequests in such a way that the family had those stocks in a family trust. And the estate didn't need to sell any of the shares to pay for inheritance tax because since it was in the family trust, the IRS did not take any portion of it. Now, he himself, as far as we know from public information, did not diversify. He never sold any Apple stock except when he was first ousted, but then he kept it. And the dividends from both companies it gave him and it should have given his family enough cash flow that they wouldn't have needed to sell it. But the family did. From public filings, we know that notwithstanding the $175 million each year that they could have gotten from dividends, his wife, and she was the sole trustee of the trusts, she started selling the stock. And the Disney stake and the Apple stake kept getting cut and cut. So now, if Jobs had wanted them to not diversify, he could have planned for that in the trust. Now, it's a reasonable decision to diversify, but those stocks were so wonderfully run, the companies were wonderfully run, his family probably lost out on about $5 billion of appreciation in the time that they sold. So, the plans, you can only plan so much, and who knows what Jobs would have wanted. He left it up to his wife and her advisors to either keep the stock or sell it, but that is something that he could have directed from the creation of the outset of the trust. So, overall, big win for the Jobs family. He planned wonderfully. If you would like to speak about your plan or any other elder law issues, please reach out to me, Frank@frankbrunolaw.com.